Unit 3. Listening. Exercises 2 and 3. Speaker 1.
I love languages. The first foreign language I studied was French at school. Then I learned Spanish. I also did a bit of Japanese because I had a Japanese friend. But now I'm learning an artificial language. No, it isn't Klingon or anything like that. I'm learning Esperanto. A Polish man called Zamenhof was the man who created Esperanto. He thought that a new universal language could stop war and bring peace. You know, I actually really like that idea. That's why I started learning it. It isn't a very difficult language, and they say that there are more than 1 million people who speak it.
Speaker 2. French was the first foreign language that I studied at school, but I was never very good at it, to be honest. I think that's because I never thought it was very useful. I had no intention of ever going to France or Switzerland, but now I work for a big multinational company and I travel a lot. Mexico and Argentina are 2 countries where I do a lot of business, so I'm learning Spanish. It helps me to communicate when I work there, and it means I can chat to people there and make friends. Apart from that, did you know that over 400 million people speak Spanish? That's another good reason to learn it, and I'm really enjoying it too. Speaker 3.
Well, I love comics and fantasy and science fiction. I always loved the Star Trek films, for example, and I wanted to learn Klingon for a while. But then I started getting interested in manga. You know, they're comics that come from Japan. That was when I decided to start learning Japanese. I wanted to be able to read the comics and also to understand more about the culture of the country. I think learning a language is more than just grammar and vocabulary. It's getting an idea about how people think. That's especially interesting with Japanese because I think the culture is totally different from British culture.
Speaker 4.
Klingon is an incredibly difficult language to learn. It was a TV series called The Big Bang Theory which made me want to learn it. There's a character in the series called Sheldon. He's the character that I like the most, and he can speak Klingon. I know that it came from the Star Trek TV series, but I don't know whose idea it was to create the language. It's true that it isn't very useful, but people are always interested when I tell them that I'm learning it. They can't believe it when I tell them that over 300,000 people bought the English Klingon dictionary, or that somebody translated Shakespeare into Klingon.